Welcome back to New Testament Greek. We are ready for Effort Lesson 9. You want to be on page 44. Three new grammatical concepts to learn in this chapter, all of them important, but none of them very difficult. The first one is you need to know about deponent verbs. Deponent verbs are verbs which have lost their active forms, so they use the middle passive forms to indicate what we would in English call the active voice. So erchomai, that's a middle passive ending. And so if I tell you that this verb means to come or go, you might think that erchomai would mean like I am coming for my own benefit or I am being brought. But no, this is a deponent verb. So erchomai simply means I'm coming, I go. And how are you going to know if a verb is deponent? You're going to learn it as part of the vocabulary for that verb. So if you turn to page 46 and you see the vocabulary for this chapter, you see two deponent verbs there in the vocabulary. Genomai means I am becoming, I happen. And erchomai, I go or I come. And then you see a normal verb, sunago, meaning I gather together. So when a verb is listed in the vocabulary with a middle passive ending, you know that's a deponent verb. It doesn't have active endings, so it's just going to use the middle passive endings. So that's simple enough. No new forms to learn for that. You just have to remember how to identify a deponent verb in the vocabulary and learn it as a deponent verb as part of what you learn it when you learn the vocabulary. The demonstrative pronouns, demonstro in Latin means I point out. So the demonstratives point out something. So here are the demonstratives. The first demonstrative, the near demonstrative, hutos. So hutos, and then the rest of it is tutu, tuto, tuton. Obviously here I've got dual forms from classical Greek. We're not learning dual forms in the Koine. So the plural, hutoi, tuton, tutois, tutus. So very simple, normal endings, os, u, o, on, oi, on, ois, us. The feminine likewise got interesting forms in the nominative. But after that, ace, ain, I, on, ice, os. Likewise, the neuter is completely regular. A, u, o, a, on, ois, a. So piece of cake. And these mean this. So hutos is this one. Haute this, tutu of this one, and so forth. And then the far demonstrative is akeinos, and that one is completely regular. Asu, o, on, oi, on, oisus, completely regular, feminine, neuter, etc. And this is the far demonstrative, meaning that one. That one. So again, you have those forms all on page 44 and 45. And then a little bit of explanation about how it's used. When the demonstrative modifies the noun must have the article, and the demonstrative must appear, therefore, in the predicate position. So that means that hutos ha cosmos means this world. Now to us in English it looks like this, the world. But it's just this world. But whenever you use a demonstrative, it needs to have an article. Likewise, tain basilean tautain means this kingdom. And obviously it means that in the accusative, this kingdom. So if you don't see, he gives you this example now, if that wasn't there, that would tell me that this means this is a world. Because it tells me that since there's no article in front of cosmos, hutos is not modifying cosmos, but rather this is a predicate sentence where we would expect now there to be the word estin here. We would expect it to be accented correctly, but get the idea. Okay. Houtos kosmos estin would not have the article in front of cosmos. This is a world. Okay. And then, of course, if you look on page 45, point F, the demonstrative may also stand alone. Obviously, any adjective can do this. Any adjective can be used like it's a noun. We do this in English as well. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Meaning the good people, the bad people, the ugly people. An excellent spaghetti western. All right, and the last grammatical thing to learn here are conditional sentences. Today we're learning the first class conditional. There'll be 3 more classes of conditional sentences to use. And a conditional sentence is divided up into an if clause and a then clause. The if clause is called the protasis, which just means the thing placed first, and the apodosis is in the then clause. And so for a first class conditional, you have the in a, which means if, a, plus an indicative verb. So your verb has to be in the indicative mood. In the apodosis, you can have a verb in any mood, any tense. And the first class conditional is the assumption of that the protasis is a factual statement. So it's assumed, at least for the sake of argument, that the protasis is true. And so he calls this, down on the bottom of page 45, Efford calls this a determined as fulfilled first class conditional. So the example on page 46, e houtos estin dikaios, agomatha hipatulago tuthau, if this man is righteous, we are being led by the word of God. Note that this conditional clause is stated as if it were a fact. Fine. Because of this, the a may be translated in certain contexts as since. Let's just translate it as if, and then we'll keep everything nice and straight for now. We'll work on more advanced translation techniques in another class. So at this point, we'll stop this video, and you can work on Chapter 9 translations. I'll type out at least the first few, and we'll do the rest just audibly in the next video. But, as we get into this week with conditionals, and then especially next week as we add a new mood, our translations are going to get more complicated, more difficult. So take your time, set aside the time to work on these so that you can get a lot out of these translation exercises. But for now, that does it for the instructional part of Chapter 9. Work on your vocabulary, work on your flashcards. The forms are very easy this week, so you should be able to move into these translations very quickly.